Euronews original documentary and podcast series. It's shining a light on challenging universal male stereotypes and the impact they can have on the lives of women. Cry Like a Boy is a year-long project across 5 African countries about how the pressure to be a man can hurt families and societies. Our team first visited Burundi, where theatre and community meetings are used to tackle domestic violence. Journalists Marta and Naira told me how attitudes to family and marriage are changing there.
We're trying to tell the story of gender inequality through the eyes of men and how men change centuries-old stereotypes around them. So we're traveling to Africa because we found some quite extraordinary stories of men who decided to change the way they live with their wives, how they see homosexuality and other very important issues. And we think that these stories, they give hope. They show that things in the world change and people themselves can change. In the clip that you're about to see now, we're talking about we were talking to a couple, Faustin and Leoncy, and Faustin used to be very violent to his wife, and then something happened and he changed. Of course, it does not apply to every family because, we believe that for these men, the reason why they changed are very particular. It's because they were brought up to believe that a woman belongs to them, and now it has changed because something happened, and that's the story that we're telling in the video, but also you can listen to it in a podcast where we're talking about it in more details.
Jewe naraciye mu bibazo, naraciye mu ngorane, kandi izo ngorane z'ukuri zavuye ku mico nari nabonye kuri papa wanje, kuko papa wacu yarakara, yarakubita mama mu matungo y'urugo, ibitoke, amafaranga, byose ni papa yabigera, niwe yagendana amahera, ndabikuriramwo, bituma mbona ko kumbure kuba umugabo ubura umwami, ubura umutegetsi, ubura umuntu adasanzwe, nca nipfuza nanjye nticonka umugore. Mugabo nipfuza kubaka mu rukundo ko abandi bose bubaka, ahubwo ari uko nipfuza ko noca mba umutegetsi nkaronka ivyo ngaba n'ivyo nganza nkuko nabibona kuri data. Tangura kubona nanje umenga ntanguye kumuntu ko ntahora ndamubona, atangura kuba umugore mbona umenga nezera gose, arampimbara, kugeza aho nsigara numva ntashe ebana nyene ngashika nyene ntisheri bite akabizu nkakamuha. Emwe noneho abana nabo batangura kunyegera, bahora bambona bakampunga. Icyo cyatumye afata ingingo ko ndavye muri iki kibano ndimo, haraba mu komine ndimo, haraba ndetse no mu gihugu cyose, imico yari yaranyishe niyo yishe abagabo batari bake ndetse n'abakenyezi bamwe bamwe. Ico nico cyatumye mpaguruka kugira ngo mfashe kugwanya ayo mabi afatiye gitsina cyane cyane akorerwa abakenyezi n'abigeme, kugira ngo mpindura abagabo batari bake.
Martha, these are really challenging stories. What did you find in terms of violence against women when you were in Burundi?
So the interesting part of this, as you saw, Faustin, he has these ideas of what a man is supposed to be, and he learned these ideas from his father that was an abusive husband. So when he got married, he became also an abusive husband, and then he realized that he had to change the way he was behaving with his wife, because to be a man and to be the way he thought, like an authority, the king of the house, he wasn't happy in that situation. His wife wasn't happy. So in that moment, he realized he had to change. And the interesting part of these men, they are called the Abatanga Mucho, is that they started to spread the word in Burundi through theater, through community meetings, and they started to tell their own stories. Like, I changed the way I was behaving with my wife, and now my life is better because our home is happy, because my wife can work, my wife can also bring money to the house, because my children are not afraid of me anymore. So that was the interesting part. Like, these men, they learn how to be a man through their fathers who were abusive, and at a moment in time they realized that wasn't okay, they could change, and they started to tell other men the same stories. So that's the interesting part and the thing that we can also apply here in Europe, because we are used to, the things we change in our categories, like how a man is supposed to be, are like really narrow, especially if those are the things that you've learned at home. And they show, you can learn how to be a different man.
If you'd like to find out more, you can listen to Cry Like a Boy. The podcast series is on all our usual platforms. You can get it every other Thursday. And also there's lots more information on our website too.